Unfortunately, you've grown up hearing voices that incessantly warn of government as nothing more than some separate, sinister entity that's at the root of all our problems. They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices.
Hey, but Justin Wu Lee coming in. Well, let me see if I've got this straight. An unelected bureaucracy that specializes, strictly deals with censorship, passed a bill by themselves as an unelected bureaucracy, upon which many pages of this bill itself were in fact censored, and somehow they managed to one-up this bitch.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Well, we gotta pass the bill so you can see what's in it. Oh, well, you can't even read much of this bill because they censored what's in the bill that they passed. But they hail to have the answer to the internet's woes about any type of censorship or oppression. Oh, really? Oh boy. So yes, of course, we all know internet neutrality has nothing to do with neutralness. It has to do with criminal federal bureaucracies run by the Council on Foreign Relations getting their grubby little hands into the internet so they can censor it. That's what they do. I mean, come on, people. This is the FCC. You got something to say about World Trade Center 7?
It collapsed. 30-some stories. I have one other note that I just want to put by. This is probably the darkest day in the history of New York City, if not the history of the United States. As you'll see the video, and you've seen it 100 times, it looked like it was a controlled implosion. It didn't fall over. It looked as if somebody put TNT all throughout that building. It pancaked from floor to floor to floor.
Yes.
So, of course...
Censored. You got something to say about the ATF's Operation Fast and Furious?
You have routinely argued that you've been oblivious and disengaged in this operation.
I'm not sure.
But we have a dead Border Patrol agent in Agent Terry. We have 2,000 missing guns. We have 200 deaths in Mexico. We had dead government officials in Mexico. We have a Mexican helicopter with troops in it that shot, 3 of which are wounded back in May of this year. We have 50-plus members of Congress calling for your resignation over this, and you've never spoken to any one of these people about this operation.
These inconvenient things called the fact.
You took 5 days to go to the Caribbean. You didn't have 15 minutes to call Secretary Clinton, Napolitano, talk to the president or your counterparts in Mexico?
Censored. You got something to say about how the ATF is lying to arbitrarily ban ammunition across the board one at a time, to just have you disarmed by proxy, turning your fancy little self-defense implements against tyranny into fancy little paperweights? Ooh, look guys, Justin Wu Lee has awesome, very well done videos about how the ATF's consistently lying to you about the characteristics of ammunition. Censored. You got a problem with criminal politicians lying and sending armed, unelected bureaucracies like the BLM to steal people's land at gunpoint, and you want to rally some resistance fighters? So yeah, we know what this is all about. The CFR and their little puppets have already telegraphed what it is they want.
They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices.
And sure enough, the censorship bureaucracy is coming to town. Not to mention, before this whole net neutrality thing was even on the table, back in December 10th, 2014, I was telling you guys about how I spotted the Department of Defense as they were teaming up with the NSA and other goon squads to just get 6,000 people, 133 teams to scour the internet and label you a terrorist if you dare speak about high treasonous activities of the criminal establishment.
So these people who hold themselves out to be patriots are not. They're nothing more than domestic terrorists.